Someone can't be your parent and sexual partner all at the same time. Another kid can't do what your parent should be doing or should do or should have done or could do but won't do. Familiar spirits and anointed people. I'm kind of confused. Okay, so hold up. Familiar spirits and then anointed people's enemy, the Jezebel spirit, sends Jezebel. Oh gosh, because I write this stuff so quick. Okay, so I think the point is the goal of the enemy, which goes along with familiar spirits. So like the Jezebel spirit or Leviathan spirit, any spirits that like were in your abusive family system or that you just run into a lot. The goal of the enemy is to keep sending Jezebels to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, whatever in the world until you lose your mind and become too nice, become paranoid, become Jezebelic yourself, or get locked up because you had to like defend yourself or whatever. And of course, like I said, for people who are underage or people who are young in general, one thing that's always going to happen, especially for youth, is that you cannot defend yourself against your abusive relatives or parents. You're always going to be framed as a bad guy. They can kill you and get away with it, but you can't even defend yourself verbally without being framed, which is why I say running away is going to have to be an option in situations like that where you're going to have to defend yourself or else your life is going to be at risk. But I talk about that in the playlist about running away and the reasons why you should and when you actually should. So yeah, you can't defend yourself when you're younger, and you definitely can't defend yourself against abusive parents because the laws are made by chomos who side with perpetrators. And then the last thing is you get stuck in people obsession, which that goes along with being too nice. So the codependency, the limerence, which the limerence can go along with expecting other kids to do things that your parents should be doing. This is something that I used to do when I was having issues with limerence. But once I actually found out about the term limerence at 14, when I started really doing more research on PDs and the DSM, I don't even know if that was in the DSMV, but I was researching CPTSD. I had just found out about the term narcissist and the spiritual side, so the Jezebel, Leviathan, and other spirits, through research and with the help of my dad's multiple girlfriends. And I was like, wait a minute, BPD sounds like the story of my life. And so that's when I really started working towards not having limerence and all of that, because that's the issue that I had really bad, honestly, since like 6. So the romantic obsessions, which that also can go along with the perversion spirit. So not just like rejection, abandonment, and people pleasing and people bondage spirits and codependency, but also limerence. Limerence is very tied into sexual perversion, and that's something that I noticed. Well, I started noticing that at 6, but I really started to try to do what research I could on that at 8. But I wasn't able to find out much. Suspiciously, the most I'll pop up back then is marine spirits, and I didn't even really like find out about the full-blown term marine kingdom. I just found out about the succubus incubus spirit specifically when I was 8, and I mean even that helped a lot of things make sense. But now I know that's the marine kingdom, and those are spirit spouses and different things like that. But yeah, I would have limerence, and once I really started to do research on that, it really made me focus even more on just leaving people alone. And there's this thing that I used to say a lot in the evidence channels, especially when I was really getting closer to escaping my situation, I was like, when I was in elementary, because I would always get in trouble for sexually acting out, I was like, when I was in elementary, my dad would always tell me, just leave people the F alone. And honestly, as rude and mean as that may sound, he was honestly right. And once I finally left people alone, that's when I could really focus on myself and fixing my issues and getting the heck out of there. Because to be truthfully honest, not only was I pretty much terrorizing other people with limerence, because I was just like putting people, it's idolatry really, putting people on a pedestal, expecting other kids to do what my parents should do. And now I'm not around people my age, so like now I'm not even in the position to really even have the chance to fall back into another situation where I could try to put other kids in positions of for things my parents should be doing, if that even came out right. But if I did have the chance to do that, I don't even think I would, because I know better. I learned better a long time ago. I was really tired of that bullcrap I was doing back at 10, but it's like I had got so demonized when it comes to the perversion spirits that I really just couldn't help it, especially at 8 to 10 or 8 to 11. But I started to work on it more and more throughout my situation, because but that's a whole nother video. I'm kind of going off way somewhere else. But like I said, I'm still supposed to be making the video on getting over sexual addiction, so hopefully I'll remember to do that sometime soon. But yeah, anywho, I finally left people alone and could focus on me instead of focusing on a whole bunch of people that really never even liked me anyway. So yeah, and it wasn't really that easy to do, because it was like I was isolated a lot, so I wasn't around people that much. I'm not even gonna lie. I had too much stuff going on in my situation. Like I didn't even go to middle or high school. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So it really was old people that I was holding on to and would run back to when things got tough, because I really hadn't even got the chance to meet any new people. And so once I finally left them alone, it was better. Like I remember I used to want people to block me because I didn't have the ability to block anybody else, because I was stuck in that little stupid CPTSD mindset of I wouldn't want to do to other people what's been done to me. That stuff is stupid. Please don't do that. Please don't think like that. Like even then I remember wanting to like punch myself in the face because of some of the mindsets and the thought processes that you get from CPTSD. Just thinking about some of the ways that CPTSD makes people think is just so annoying to me. And I'm glad that like I've worked through a lot of that stuff. And I will say though that sometimes when you're in isolating situations, it's hard to really know, did I really get better, or have I just not had any people around to start doing all that stupid stuff with again. So yeah, anywho. And also, not that I'm really like isolated on purpose, it's just like the situations I'm in, really. And then of course, like a lot of the people I do meet in the situation I was in before, but especially now, they're like risky. So yeah, anywho, that goes along with the whole no it doesn't, another kid can't do what your parents should do. And of course, for older people, this can go for you too. Don't expect anybody to do what your parents should have done or should be doing, or what your family should have done. And don't expect other people to like fix you and all that.